ECOWAS meets as Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger Republic inaugurate separate group. These three countries mean what they're doing, I'm telling you. I know that these three countries have, exited the ECOWAS, say they're no longer part of it, and they formed a new alliance among the three of them. And I tell you, other African countries are even envying them, wanting to join them because democracy has been bastardized in West African countries and in Africa as a whole. So while ECOWAS is meeting, changing leadership, Tinubu stepped aside, they did election, I think he got re-elected, all of that going on. These other three countries are busy setting up a different group for themselves. Let's dive into the details to see. Heads of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, began their 63rd Ordinary Summit in Abuja on Sunday without their counterparts from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu, who is the ECOWAS chairman, opened the meeting around 1 p.m., thanking his colleagues for the support he enjoyed from them in the last 1 year. So Tinubu's tenure as the ECOWAS chairman expires in the course of these particular meetings, so as a new chair is to emerge on July 9, but he has one obvious task before he hands over to the next chairman. So the talk is that of leading ECOWAS in talks over the three countries that have chosen to go their separate ways. Can you imagine? So the major talk is about Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic that have chosen to go their own separate ways. So the three only on Saturday, July 6, formally inaugurated their own group, which they named Sahel Alliance. Wow, Sahel Alliance. So the military rulers of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic officially forged a new group during their meeting in Niamey, Niger, and emphatically severing ties with ECOWAS a day before ECOWAS was to begin its own meeting. Can you imagine? This is in spite of the main focus of the ECOWAS summit being to discuss ways to pacify the rebelling three other several West African leaders called for a resumption of dialogue with them. Why are you dialoguing? I think you said you were going to overrun them. Go and overrun them and see the truth behind them. Three of them combined effort will run down any country, including Nigeria. So on the strength of alliance, the three countries commit to cooperate in the event of external aggression against them. That is it. So the three countries left ECOWAS in January this year after ECOWAS moved against the respective military government that toppled constituted democratic leadership in those countries. Speaking during their summit in Niamey on Saturday, Niger's General Abdulrahman Chiani described ECOWAS as a threat to the military-led countries. And that is it. That is it. So he said the three countries would run an alliance free of foreign influence for their people. Burkina Faso had its own coup, toppling the civil democracy in place in September 2022. Mali in August 2021 and Niger in July 2023. That was what happened. So the way it is now, they have formed a group, they call it Sahel Alliance. And this comes at a point where ECOWAS was meeting at what do they call it, at Abuja, to discuss how to, revisit the negotiation and the discussion with Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, so they can return back to ECOWAS. Those people have defiantly left, and to prove to the ECOWAS that they are no longer going to come back to ECOWAS, they have just inaugurated their own alliance. They call this Sahel Alliance. And why? They said that ECOWAS is a threat to them at this moment, and the alliance is basically to ensure that they join force to attack any force that will externally come and attack them. That means they are preparing day by day for fight, whether they like it or not. So that is exactly what is happening here. And ECOWAS or that Tinubu, even before Tinubu said, what has ECOWAS achieved? ECOWAS was set up, we didn't see any benefit. AU had been set up. AU said they were going to create one currency, one passport, everything. We have not even seen AU passport. We have not seen anything yet. In fact, Africa is a joke. That's the truth. These people are a joke. There's nothing they start and finish very well, and there's nothing they start without the selfish interest of their president. If you look at all those countries that are led by democracy, they are degrading and going down every day, and Nigeria is one of it. You can imagine an alliance called Ecowas that is led by a country like Nigeria and a president like Tinubu. Just tell me what will be of that alliance. Ecowas is finished. That is the truth. Led by almost the most corrupt country in Africa and one of the most corrupt countries in the world, led by corrupt politicians, leading a group, and you want to belong to that group. And that is why the Western world is using the Africa, Nigeria as a means of getting access to ECOWAS and treating all the leaders as puppets. And this is where the Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger is different, because they refuse to be puppet in the hand of the Western leaders. I know that people are going to make comments here. Somebody said, once these countries can offer good governance, they should never return to ECOWAS, Association of Election Riggers, Looters, and Legalized Criminals. Exactly, that's what ECOWAS is. Good move by these young leaders. They are the hope of Africa, and that is not a lie. They can never go far. There is no bright future for their relationship. That is what you think. That is your own. That is your own. You think there's no bright future, Abi? Some say you will be shocked. Exactly. So you support the slavery that France has subjected them, Abi? That is the question. So congratulations to them and the good people of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic. Tinubu is scared of them. Even ECOWAS knows it will be a very big mistake to challenge them to any combat right now. Of course, they will level any country that is close to them. They told us that the worst democracy is better than the best military rule. I just found out that it is a lie. Exactly. Nigeria is better off when the military was in seat. Burkina Faso is doing well now under military rule. The Niger army should not wait any longer. Join them. Or Nigerian army rather. Nigerian army should not wait any longer. For where Nigerian army have been bought over by the corrupt politicians. So there's nothing they will do. More countries will join them. Because these people are not angels. They are African human beings with African blood. So what? You are far behind of the progress, development, focus, and policies of these great African leaders, as opposed to what? Kakistocracy. Look at this one. Must be an Agbadorian trying to, because ECOWAS is not led by an Agbadorian, so they can say anything. They will return back to ECOWAS with years. That is what you think. Going there to do what? That is the question we should ask these people. Coming back to ECOWAS to do what? What has ECOWAS got to offer? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that is it. While ECOWAS is planning on how to resume negotiation with the Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic, so they can return back to ECOWAS and return to democracy, the three countries have inaugurated and established their alliance, and they call it Sahel Alliance, proving that they are never going to come back, and they mean what they are saying. So ECOWAS has always been a toothless bulldog because of the bad and corrupt leaders and politicians that are governing the countries, member countries of ECOWAS. So let them go and sleep. Thank you for listening. Let's have your comment over this relationship between ECOWAS and the Sahel Alliance.